In a world full of people who seek to be celebrated every day, what if the most dangerous thing you can do is celebrate yourself? There is a silent tribe among us who treat their own birthdays like a secret, a date to be endured, not celebrated. They move through the day like a ghost at their own feast, feeling a dread they can't name. Because long ago, a child inside them learned that to expect joy was to invite its opposite. Yet these same people are the first to shower their loved ones with confetti and genuine heartfelt joy on their special days. They become architects of celebration for others, building the very altars of happiness they would never approach themselves. In the reflected glow of someone else's light, they find a temporary, safer warmth. But this generosity has a dark, quiet cost. It confirms the deepest fear of the hidden child within, that they are worthy of organizing the party, but never of being the guest of honor. When their own birthday appears on the calendar, a shadow falls over this generous heart. They disappear. They might claim to be too busy with work or insist it's just another day. They may not even glance at their phone, terrified of what they might find, or worse, what they might not. The messages could feel hollow, and the genuine ones, they can sometimes hurt the most because they highlight a painful contrast, a love they feel is missing, a celebration that deep down they still quietly ache for. From the outside, this retreat is a mystery, but from the inside it is a fortress, built brick by brick in childhood. To protect a heart that learned visibility is a risk. Sometimes the reason for this retreat is coiled in a memory, one they wish they were too young to remember. Imagine a small child waiting. The house is quiet. No balloons, no cake. No one has said the words. The sun sets and the unspoken message is received, louder than any shout. This day does not matter. You can see that to everyone else it is an ordinary day. Psychology shows us that when parents, a child's first pillars of safety, forget or consistently ignore these important days, a deep-seated belief takes root. The child learns that on their special day they are invisible, that their existence is not worth noting. This belief is carried like a heavy stone into adulthood. The grown-up now believes that expecting nothing is the safest target to aim for. When you expect nothing, you achieve a kind of emotional neutrality. It won't be a day that stands out with joy, but it will not be a day memorable for its sharp pain either. For others, the story is different, but the wound is just as deep. Some carry memories of birthdays that were supposed to be happy, but were filled with a tense, heavy air. The parents tried to act like a loving family for a day, but they weren't actors. The forced smiles, the underlying arguments, the feeling of walking on eggshells, it all stained the day. What was supposed to be special became a painful reminder of what they didn't have, a stark contrast to the easy joy they saw in their friends' lives. And sometimes the memory is simpler, yet just as sharp. Maybe you saw the tired, stressed look in your mother's eyes as she tried to throw a party. You heard your parents arguing about the money it would cost. Without the words to name this feeling, you simply absorbed their stress and shouldered the blame. You started to feel that your birthday was, itself, a burden. So you learned to say, "I don't want anything," to make it easier for everyone else. You learned that your joy was an inconvenience. This is how a day of potential joy becomes a day of quiet dread. The heart, to protect itself, learns a powerful trick. It learns to skip the hope and go straight to indifference. But what if that trick is no longer serving you? What if the very act of self-protection has become its own prison? What would it take to feel safe enough to simply acknowledge that this day is, and always has been, yours? This is not about forcing yourself to enjoy a loud party when your soul craves quiet. It is about understanding the fortress you built, and gently deciding to open a door just for yourself. It is about acknowledging that even though you pretend it doesn't matter, a part of you still checks to see who remembered. A part of you still thinks about how it might feel to be truly seen and celebrated by people who care for your entire well-being. If you are one of the children whose birthdays carried bad memories or bitter-tasting experiences, please know this: your retreat was not a flaw. It was a brilliant creative strategy devised by a younger you to survive emotional pain. It was a way to build a wall where a foundation felt shaky, and that child deserves your compassion, not your judgment. Healing is not about throwing a confetti-filled party. It is about nervous system rehabilitation, the slow, gentle work of teaching your body that it is now safe to be seen and safe to receive a little bit of light. Here is a path forward. You can take one small step at a time. Become the nurturing parent you needed. Find a quiet moment. Close your eyes and picture that young version of you who felt forgotten or like a burden. Tell them what they needed to hear. You matter. Your birthday matters. I see you and I am so proud to know you. This practice, rooted in therapies like internal family systems, helps you reparent yourself. It tells your nervous system that the past does not have to control the present, and that the child you were is finally getting the recognition they craved. Redefine the day on your terms. You do not have to follow anyone else's script. Your celebration can be whatever feels safe and genuine to you. Did you make it through a hard year? Honor your resilience by buying yourself a new plant. Do you love nature? Take yourself on a quiet walk. This is called self-concordant motivation. Psychology shows that when your actions match your own values, not outside pressures, you build a deeper, more lasting sense of fulfillment. Joy becomes something you define for yourself, not something you perform for others. Practice receiving. This is the bravest step. If a sincere, gentle birthday wish comes your way, instead of brushing it off, simply say, "Thank you for thinking of me." You don't have to fake excitement. You're just practicing the act of letting a small, good thing in. Each time you do this, you send a powerful signal to your nervous system. See? A kind word came in and I am still safe. My worth remains intact. The goal is not to become someone you are not. The goal is to become someone who believes in their bones that they are worthy of celebration, even if that celebration is a quiet, personal whisper. It is about reclaiming a day that was meant to honor your existence and writing a new story for it. Your story is not over. The next chapter can begin with a single, kind whisper to your own heart. It can begin by finally giving that inner child the love and recognition they have always deserved.